Suki Hontu, Suki Hontu, Suki Hontu. Okay, welcome to 6 days retreat. Before we start, this time our retreat is called we learn different things. We learn mindfulness, mindfulness on in-breath and out-breath, mindfulness of bodily activities, and 4 elements meditation, and also distinguish mind and body. So not to consider, not to regard mind and body as a self. So in this 6 days retreat, we will learn all these things. Okay? Today, I would like to share with you how to practice mindfulness. Okay, before that, may I know any of you is beginner? I hope none of you beginner. You are beginner. Never meditated before. Have you meditated before? Have you joined any retreat before? Yes, then you should not consider yourself beginners. So there's no beginners, huh? Good, okay. So any of you have practiced Anapanasati before? Any of you have no experience in Anapanasati? Only one. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, first, today I'd like to share with you how to practice mindfulness. Very basic mindfulness. The reason why, usually I don't teach mindfulness. I direct teach Anapanasati or 4 elements meditation or other type of meditation. I seldom teach mindfulness meditation. I mean mindfulness of bodily movement meditation. But after teaching the Dhamma for so many years, some of the students are very advanced. They told me that they have been practicing 30 years. Some of the students, they even have jhana. But when it comes to the mindfulness in their daily life, or mindfulness of bodily movement, they shocks me. Their way of without mindfulness shocked me very much. So I thought something wrong already. This person has achieved jhana. How come his or her daily mindfulness is so poor? And this yogi has been practiced 30 years already. How come she know how to switch on the fan, never know how to switch off? So all these things, puzzle me very much and make me think what's wrong in their practice, what is missing in their practice. And finally, I understand, because they don't practice mindfulness in their daily life. They do not practice mindfulness in their bodily activities. Therefore, I come down to the most basic thing again. Just like when I started teaching, when I started come out to share the Dhamma, I started with Abhidhamma, the highest teaching of the Buddha. And as time goes on, then I know it's too deep. So I pull myself down a little bit, lower my standard again, then teach according to what Sutta said. Still, I found it's also quite difficult for many people. So I pull my standard down again up to the basic teaching of Mangala Sutta. So for Abhidhamma, when I first shared the Dhamma, I taught Abhidhamma. Until now, I teach Mangala Sutta. Opposite for many teachers. simply because when I first came out to teach. I stayed in forest for so many years, more than 14 years. So in the center, our teacher, my teacher's knowledge is very, is very knowledgeable. And so I learn very fast, and also I'm keen of learning. So at that time, when I was surrounded with my teacher who has profound knowledge of Dhamma, so I don't feel I thought it should be like that. Only when I came out and teach, I know, my goodness, Malaysian Buddhists are not good in the Dhamma. I'm sorry to tell them. Otherwise, I wouldn't lower my standard again and again in order to suit your level. Similarly, now I lower my standard again to teach very, very basic things. Mindfulness. And if you think it's very easy, then you are wrong. In order to be mindful all the time is very difficult. But without this mindfulness, it gets your mind very, confused and very unmindful. When you are unmindful, you are forgetful. When you are forgetful, you mess up all things. Everything becomes a mess for you. Therefore, I think for the first day, I should share with you how to practice mindfulness. Okay? This is the reason I choose mindfulness for the first day. Okay. Next. When we talk about mindfulness, then we should not forget what Buddha said in the Satipatthana Sutta. Sorry, I have to see my note because it's too far for me. Okay. Whether you are from Mahayana, Tibetan, or Theravada, these four foundations of mindfulness are well recognized by three traditions. So when we talk about mindfulness, we should not forget what Buddha said first. Bhikkhus, this is the direct path for the purification of beings, for the surmounting or overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, for the disappearance of pain and grief, for the attainment of the true way, for the realization of Nibbana, namely the four establishment or four foundations of mindfulness. So before I teach you bodily contemplation, let us understand first what is this mindfulness and how to build your mindfulness. Depend on what, or based on what that you establish your mindfulness. Okay? Next. So there are four establishments of mindfulness. Number one is called body contemplation. Kaya Nupassana Satipatthana. The second one is feeling contemplation. Vedana Nupassana Satipatthana. Number three is mind contemplation. Citta Nupassana Satipatthana. Fourth is Dhamma Nupassana Satipatthana. Okay. So in this retreat, we only will cover body contemplation, but not all. Okay. So we will cover number one, mindfulness of breathing, which should become the basic of your practice. If your mind is okay with it, otherwise you should choose another method of meditation. Number two is mindfulness of bodily postures. Whether you are sitting, standing, walking, and lying down, you practice mindfulness. Number three is full comprehension. Number four, contemplation of impurity. That's to see the 32 parts of the body as impure. Number fifth is contemplation of elements. That is what we want to learn tomorrow. Okay? And number 6 is contemplate corpse in decay. This is frequently practiced during Buddha's time because they discard the corpse without burying. So you can go to where they discard the corpse and see the decaying of the corpse. But nowadays we keep the corpse in the coffin now, so you cannot see how the corpse decay. So this is seldom practiced nowadays. Okay? And the rest, contemplation of feeling, mind, and Dhamma, then you have to go to my retreat on December. Then I will cover more. However, I'm sorry to say, my December retreat already full. Okay, next. So, to summarize, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Or, there are 4 ways you can establish your mindfulness. And number 1 is, based on body, you establish your mindfulness. And the second one, based on feeling, you establish your mindfulness. Number 3, based on different mental states. For example, the mind affected by anger, the mind affected by greed, the mind affected by sorrow, by fear, by joy, by sloth and torpor, by restlessness, by doubt, and so on. So when all these mental states arise in your mind, you have to be aware of them. This is called mindfulness of mental state. Okay. Then the last one is mindfulness of Dhamma. Dhamma including 5 hindrances, including 4 noble truths, including 5 aggregates. So all this one under Dhamma Nupassana Satipatthana. So when sloth torpor arise in you, you can be mindful of it and see how it arises, how sloth and torpor arise, and how it subside and disappear. Then you are practicing Dhamma Nupassana Satipatthana. So, and when your eye come to contact with visible object, if you know, this is eye sensitivity, this is visible object, and depend on this arise greed. If you can analyze in this way, this is also called Dhamma Nupassana Satipatthana. They call 12 ayatana, 12 sense bases. Okay? Next. Okay, now we come to today's topic. What is mindfulness? Any of you want to answer this question? What is mindfulness? Mindfulness now is very popular in the West, especially in USA. They have mindfulness conference. 3,000 people will attend this mindfulness conference. And most of the CEO in big companies like Google, Apple, and so on, most of the CEO attend this mindfulness retreat. And later on, they will provide classes for their staff in order to learn mindfulness. So mindfulness nowadays is very popular in the West. However, it's not so popular in Malaysia or in an Asian country. So what is mindfulness? Remember. Okay, this is one of the meaning of mindfulness. Mindfulness got many meanings. What is remember? Yes. Awareness. Yes. Let me say that remember. For example, when I switch on, let's say fan here. So when I come in, I feel so hot. So I switch on the fan. So when I switch on the fan, I remember I switch off the fan. However, most people, when they switch on the fan, do you think they are mindful of switching on the fan or not? Do you think they are mindful? Yes or no? Most people, when they switch on the fan, they do it with restlessness. They switch on, but the mind is thinking of something else. So when they switch on the fan and with the restless mind, soon they forget to switch off one because they cannot remember. They cannot remember I have switched on the fan. Since they cannot remember, how can they remember to switch off? Not possible, right? Then, for example, another example. I take off my glasses. When I put it on somewhere, I put it with restless mind. Sooner I search everywhere. Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? This is called no mindfulness. This happens very common in our daily life. In fact, this is very time consuming, you know. You spend a lot of time searching for things which you forgot where you put it, including your keys. Your keys, and because I don't bring anything out, so I also don't know why. What I most forget is this glasses or computer, or maybe this phone. I forgot where to put the phone, where I put the phone, where I put the glasses, where I put my key. So whenever you forget, you should remember that at that moment, I have no mindfulness. So mindfulness, one of the meaning is not remember. One of the meaning of mindfulness is remember. Okay? Then another meaning is awareness. For example, when I get very angry, I should be able to aware that anger has a reason in my mind. And that awareness and knowing and ordinary knowing is different. Ordinary knowing is that I know I'm angry and yet I act according to anger. We cannot say that's mindfulness. Mindfulness means that when I get very angry, I know the anger has a reason, and I look at that anger. I look at it face to face. I look at it without react to it physically or verbally. That is mindfulness. If you know you are angry and yet you react physically and verbally, that is no mindfulness. Okay? Then, so what's the meaning of mindfulness? First is intentness, or calling to mind. Let us say, I will explain intentness later. Calling to mind. Just like remember, calling to mind means remember. So whatever you do, you call it to your mind. Or another word, the presence of the mind. Your mind is at the present moment. You are not worrying about the future or recalling the past. You are living at the present moment, so there's a presence of the mind of what you are doing at this moment. You may think it's very easy, but it is very difficult. What is the biggest hindrances? What is the biggest hindrance for us to be mindful from moment to moment? You know what's the biggest hindrance? Louder? Yes, restlessness. Restlessness is the biggest hindrance that hinders us to be mindful from moment to moment. Because Buddha said, the mind wanders at will. This is the nature of the mind. Unless you keep putting on effort, otherwise the mind be like here and there, they wander at will. So when you switch on, you do not know you are switched on. When you put your phone, you do not know where you put your phone. Simply because the wandering mind hindered us presence of the mind or calling, calling to mind. Okay, then another meaning of mindfulness is called intentness. The mind is intent on, it's not the superficial knowing, it's intent on the thing you are doing. I give a most easy example, anapanasati. So anapanasati is also mindfulness of your body, right? So your mind, you keep your attention on anapanasati with intentness, not superficially, or not absent-mindedly. So with the intentness, then your mind sink into anapanasati, only then you develop concentration. So this is another meaning of mindfulness. So mindfulness is not only aware of your bodily movement, not only remember of your bodily movement, but you also can go into deeper state when it comes to samatha meditation. When it comes to anapanasati. That's why we call anapanasati. Sati means mindfulness. We didn't call anapana samadhi, no. Anapanasati, mindfulness of your in-breath and out-breath with intentness. Only then you develop samadhi, concentration. This is another meaning of mindfulness. Okay? So what is the function of mindfulness? Directly facing the object, being aware of the object. So when, for example, you on your switch, you directly face the object, switch it on. Your mind is with it. Your mind is with the object. You are aware of, you are switching on. This is called the function of mindfulness. And because you directly face the object, or because you are aware of what you are doing, then not forgetful, not forgetting the object. So you will not forget. You forget simply because of non-mindfulness. So not forgetting the object, not forgetting the actions done by the body or speech at the present moment. For example, when you speak something, when you speak something, you are mindful of what you are speaking of. Then later on, you will not say, I didn't tell that. If you say once if you have spoken something and later on you say that I didn't tell that, simply because when you are speaking of something, you are not mindful. That's why you cannot remember. Very often, when I told my student to do something, then my student do not do it. Later on, I ask. When I ask you to do something, why you do not do? Then you know what they say? You know what they say? I cannot remember. They say that I do not hear it. There's a two reasons for them to say like that. First is they're afraid to be blamed, right? They're afraid to be blamed by the teacher, so they defend themselves first. So I do not hear it. If the student told the teacher I cannot hear it, I also cannot be angry, right? First time I was cheated. Second time I know already. Oh, this is not the real answer. They hear it, but they forgot it again. That's why they hear without mindfulness. They hear without mindfulness. That's why they forget. Because their mind is so restless. Or they hear with 30%. Or they hear with 50%. Then they misinterpret 50 of it. And the whole story becomes distorted. This become my biggest problem while dealing with layperson. I tell you very frankly, when I was in Burma, my teacher, he cannot speak fluent English. And I cannot understand Burmese. I only understand a little bit Burmese. But my communication with him has no problem at all. How? He cannot understand so well English. I also cannot understand Burmese. But when I deal with him, there's no miscommunication. As long as I can remember, for 10 years, I have never had any miscommunication with him. So at that time, I thought communication is not a problem. Only when I left Burma, I came back to Malaysia and starting my sadhana work, starting to associate with layperson, and the biggest problem I face is this communication. I don't know why when I give some instruction, they cannot, they do not get it. They do not get it. Then I got to analyze, I got to find out why, right? Otherwise, we end up in miscommunication that is cause a lot of conflict between teacher and student, right? So I keep finding the answer why. Finally, I got it because I have been long trained in mindfulness practice. Right? Before I come out and teach, I have been practicing for 15 years. Again and again, day after day, month after month, year after month. So to me, the mindfulness is with me, of course, not all the time, right? But compared with layperson, I have much better mindfulness. So finally, I realized, why they always cannot get even a simple word I say, because when they are hearing from me, the mind is restless. Their mind is restless. It's the nature of the mind. It's not their fault. It's the nature of the mind. They cannot listen very attentively 100%. So they get maybe 50%. Then 50% is different story. This has been my major problem while dealing with layperson. My teacher, Sayalay, because they are meditator for many years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So their mindfulness and receptivity, everything is okay. So we have no problem, although I don't understand Burmese, he doesn't understand English. And also for this reason, I come back to teach mindfulness again. I see how important it is, mindfulness. So mindfulness means intentness. So when you listen something, you listen with intentness. When you speak something, you speak with intentness. When you're doing something, you do with intentness, so that you will not forget. You will not forget what you have spoken. You will not forget what you have heard of. You will not forget what you have done before. So this is the meaning of mindfulness. Okay? So because of not forgetting what is done, one can memorize in the future as well. I remember, I met with one layperson in Penang, Bodhihat. Then I say, this person say he never see me before. I say, I saw you before. I say 30 years ago. He was so shocked. How come 30 years ago you can still remember? I also very shocked. How come you cannot remember? He was shocked, how come I can remember? I was very shocked, how come you cannot remember? At that time I don't understand because we have been trained so many years in mindfulness. So therefore, with mindfulness, you will not forget. This is the meaning of mindfulness. Okay? So because of not forgetting what is done, one can memorize in the future up to the extent one can memorize one's past life. Because Pube Nivasa Nusati. Pube, past life, Pube Nivasa. Pube Nivasa. I forgot already. So one can remember one's past life simply because of mindfulness. You see that mindfulness is deeply embedded in your heart until you can remember, you can still remember your past life. This is the power of mindfulness. Okay? Okay, so next, what we want to learn in this retreat for the first day is mindfulness of bodily activity. And here are the texts given by the Buddha in Satipatthana Sutta. So in going forward, in going backwards. So when you are going forward, you are going backward, you should do it with mindfulness. Please remember, today you are yogi. So when going forward, going backward, do it with mindfulness. So after going forward and backward, then you suddenly remember, I'm not mindful. Then what should you do? What should you do? Please be more active. Otherwise you will fall into sleep, I think, because the weather is so hot. So when you go forward, backward, then suddenly you realize, oh, just now I do it without mindfulness. Then what? Next, what should you do? If you are hardworking yogi, then you should do it once more again with mindfulness, so that next time you will not forget. Let's say when you from here walk out to the meditation hall, when you reach meditation hall, suddenly you remember, oh, I walking out without mindfulness. Then you should come in again, start again. From here, start mindfulness, walking up to the door. Then I guarantee you, next time, you will remember 50% already. But if you let it like that, next round also you cannot remember one. Because it does not live imprint in your mind, so you soon forget. But if you do it again, then next round you can remember 50%. Then if you want to remember 100%, you come in again one more time with mindfulness up to the door. Only then your mindfulness will improve, otherwise, no way. So it depends on how hardworking you are. And second one, in looking straight and in looking away. So when you walk, do walking meditation, sometimes you walk away. We walk away without mindfulness, because we are not been practicing in that way. So when you look away, you know, oh, I do this without mindfulness. Then you turn your head straight again. Then tell yourself to be mindful. Only then you slowly walk away. If you do it this one many times, you forget, you redo, forget, redo, forget, redo. Then slowly you get it 100%. When I practice mindfulness meditation, blinking the eyes. When I blink the eyes, I also mindful of I'm blinking the eyes. Have you mindful? Do you mindful when you blink your eyes? Every blinking of your eye, if you can mindful, then your mindfulness is very sharp already. Even walking such a gross behavior, movement, you cannot remember. How can you remember blinking your eyes? We practice in that way because we are very hardworking. We are very hardworking. So little bit activity that occur in the body, I'm trying to be mindful. Nowadays less already. Nowadays getting old already. The effort is no more there. Okay, next one. In bending and in stretching. So after sitting meditation, you want to stretch your hand, your leg, do it with mindfulness. If you forget, then do it again. Forget, do it again until you got it, only you get up. So when you want to do exercise after sitting, you want to go out and stretching your hand, do it with mindfulness. Whenever you forget, do it again. This is called effort. Effort. No effort, no mindfulness. Mindfulness will not come automatically. You need to have effort, constant effort, strenuous effort. So when I practice this mindfulness, we call ourselves heroine yogi. Heroine yogi. So you should behave like hero or heroine. Next one. In wearing the clothing. So when you wear your clothing, go to shower, you should be aware of your bodily activity. Then in regard to what is eaten during lunchtime, when the food comes to your mouth, you chew, be mindful of your chewing. Otherwise, your mind is at restless state. The mind, if you do not anchor your mind on your body and mental state, the mind is restless. Why the mind can arise? Simply because of having an object. Having an object, only the mind will arise. So if you do not pay attention to any object, the mind just random thoughts, useless thought, unbeneficial thought. Then you are consume your mental energy. Restlessness is consuming your mental energy. No power. Therefore, in order to prevent your mind to become restless, you anchor your mind on your bodily activity. Then your mind becomes sharp, clear, alert, mindful. Okay? Then what you drunk, every day we drink water, or any juice or any drink, be mindful how the water go down to your stomach. Okay? Chew and taste it. This is about eating time. Try to be mindful of your chewing, swallowing, and so on. Okay? Then in defecating and urinating. So when you sit on the toilet bowl, where is your mind? Where is your mind? We have been sitting on toilet bowl for years already, more than 40 years, 50 years already. Where is your mind? Okay, if you don't know where's your mind, you check today. Today on. You sit on the toilet bowl. If you are not mindful of your sitting, your mind sure restless one. And you can check your mind. Where the mind go? From here you can trace where your mind go. Then every time when you trace, you know, all these are random thought, useless thought, unbeneficial thought, wasted the mental energy. Why not I practice mindfulness? Sitting on the bowl, mindful of I'm sitting on the bowl, urinating, mindful of I'm urinating. Then you reserve your mental energy. You are not wasted. Your mental energy is not wasted. Okay? Then in walking, in standing, in sitting, lying down, in speaking, speaking is a bit difficult. And speaking, the thought is very fast and you have to be mindful. Speaking to me, I feel is most difficult. Okay, so in walking, standing up from your cushion, try to be mindful of your bodily movement. Standing mindful. So in order to be mindful, you have to be slow down. Without slowing down, your mindfulness cannot catch your bodily movement. Therefore, during the retreat, usually we move slowly until those outsiders come in and thought we have psychic problem. I remember Ajahn Chah visited one of the meditation center, practice Maha Satipatthana method. I practiced Maha Satipatthana method for 6 years. So we move very slowly, like, because my teacher instructed me, you got to move like sick person. So standing up like sick person, no? Huh? Walking like sick person, eating like sick person, everything like sick person. So when Ajahn Chah visited this monastery, he said, sarcastically, he said that, am I entered into psychiatry hospital? Different method. This Maha's method. I think we shouldn't criticize any method. But because they want to slow down in order to catch up every step of mindfulness, every single mindfulness. And can make this sense louder a little bit? Can control? On this side. Okay. So when you are mindful of bodily, it's okay, Chahan, no problem. If you are mindful of bodily activity, then you are living at the present moment. When you live at the present moment, your mind will not go to the future, or your mind will not run back to the past. According to research, when your mind go back to the past, most of the time you only think of unhappy event. You seldom think of happy or meaningful event. And according to research, if you allow your mind to go to the future, you only think of something. You only think of something that cause anxiety to you. You seldom think of something good will happen in the future. You seldom think of that. You only think that the bad thing will happen in the future. Just like I just finished one retreat, and the man asked. I asked him, I teach this mindfulness. Then he said, oh, very good, mindfulness, living at the present moment. Then the question he asked is, how can I prevent to become Alzheimer's in the future? He said, living at the present moment is very good. And the next question he asked is, how can I prevent to become Alzheimer's? You see, living at the present moment? And if he thinks that he will get Alzheimer's in the future, do you think he will live happily at the present moment? Yes or no? So, who makes us unhappy? Thinking of the future makes us unhappy. Thinking of the past makes us feel unhappy. Only living at the present moment, your mind is free from stress, free from worry, free from fear. Because present moment has no fear, free from anxiety. Only then you live happily, with contentment. So please remember, if you do not live at the present moment, your mind will fall back to the past unhappy events, or you will think of, or you will worry of something which will happen in the future that even cause you more unhappiness. It's the nature of the mind, because there are only 3 periods of time: past, present, and future. And now you are not at the present moment. So the mind will fall back into the past or go to the future. And all these things will cause a lot of stress and unhappiness to you. Therefore, living at the present moment, if you are aware of your bodily movement or your mental thoughts, you are living at the present moment. At this present moment is a moment free from anxiety, free from fear, free from judgment, free from pain from the past, and it itself is happiness and contentment. Therefore, living at the present moment is not an easy task as well, if you don't have mindfulness. Okay? Now, let me explain one more meaning of mindfulness. To experience the physical and mental phenomena at the present as what they really are, in an unbiased manner without any personal preference or judgment. So you experience what is happening now, both from your body and from your feeling and from your mental state. As they really are. As they really are mean, if there's anger, you know it's anger. You don't judge, oh, anger is no good. I'm a practitioner, why I always get very angry, why I'm so bad. This is called judgment. If you judge yourself like that, you are not practicing mindfulness already. Okay, mindfulness, no judgment one. We know anger is not good, but we are not anagami. So when anger arises in you, you just know it face to face with it, look at it without judgment, without bias, without attachment, or without pushing it away. Why? Okay, why anger is not good? Then anger has a reason in me. I look at it without pushing away. Why should not push it away? Because it's not good, we should push it away. But with mindfulness, you should not push it away. Why? It's very important, an important question. Why? Louder. This one, okay, this partly of it. There's also another important reason. Why should we see it as it really is, without pushing away, although it's unhealthy mental state?
Pushing away is also stressful.
It's also stressful. Okay.
Pushing away is also stressful. So
but anger is unwholesome. I push it away. Why should I feel stressful? If anger gone, I'm feel happy. Okay, it's your answer. Okay, anyone want to try? I try to make you more active because the weather is so hot. I am free to fall asleep. How causes and conditions? Okay, this is your question, this is your answer. Anyone want to? Okay. Acting into anger. Reacting to the anger. Very good. Now you push it, you are reacting to anger, but that's all good. But there's also another reason for us why we should not push it away. Yeah, we should be equanimous because mindfulness itself is equanimous already. It's equanimous. I need one more. Yes. Very good. This is the answer I want. If you push it away, you have no chance to see it's impermanent. We are the Vipassana practitioner. We want to see impermanent. So everything comes and push it away. How I see it's impermanent. This impermanent is being pushed by you. It's not seeing by you arising and passing away. Therefore, if you practice mindfulness, you don't push anything away, although it's bad. Or you don't attach to anything, although it's good. Like joy. Sometimes you got concentration, very joyful, very good, very pleasant. The reaction of the mind will attach to it. Right? But with mindfulness, you won't attach to that joy and happiness. Why? Because we observe it. We look at it as mindfulness says, face to face with the object. We face to face with the object, and this object is sankhara, conditional phenomena. Buddha say 1,000 times, 100 times, billion times. Sabbe sankhara, anicca. So this sankhara, this object, whether it's anger, pain, joy, sorrow, fear, has nature of arising and passing away. So mindfulness, look at it without push it away so that you can see it's passing away. Simply because we want to see it's passing away. Without seeing passing away, how can you understand anicca? You cannot understand anicca. That's why mindfulness leads to wisdom. Mindfulness leads to wisdom. Therefore, we practice mindfulness first in order to develop our wisdom. Okay, so in your sitting meditation, whatever thing comes to you, you just look at it. Whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, don't push it away. Look at it and see what happened. Sometimes it becomes stronger, lessen, or sometimes it directly disappears from your mind. Then you understand when it disappears, you should not anicca, or gone. So when you note gone, or anicca, impermanent, then it leaves a mark of impermanent in your heart. And that marking is very important. If you leave a mark of impermanent in your heart, next time you remember. If you don't leave the mark of impermanent in your heart, you always think of permanent. Happiness also permanent, sorrow also permanent, fear also permanent. So your way of thinking is opposite from the nature of Dhamma, Sabbe Sankhara Anicca. Okay? I have to make sure you understand. Last time, I very naive. Very naive in the sense that I have full confidence in my teaching. I thought I can make everything very simple to understand. So I feel very happy. Then sometimes I ask the question, I start to understand. They cannot answer. Then something wrong. Maybe they do not get it. So in order to make sure you get it, let me ask you a question again. So whatever physical and mental phenomena that arise in you, how should you note? How should you observe? Right? One of you, I will test you. I make sure you understand. If you don't understand, you don't know how to meditate, how to practice. How should you contemplate? How should you note? How should you be mindful? Anybody want to try? Yes. Louder. This is called not arising and ceasing. This is called yoniso manasikara, wise attention. But before you know it's ceasing, what should you do? What should you do before you know it's ceasing? Any of you? Waven? Yes, good. Just now I just shared with you what is mindfulness. Mindfulness means face to face with the object, aware of it, until it disappears directly. So first step is just look at it without judgment, without bias, without push it away, or without attach to it. Got it or not? Should I repeat again? This is the reason I say, sometimes we feel that students get it, but when they ask question at time, they cannot answer, then we know they do not get it. Mindfulness is, when you sit meditation, I'm not talking anapana, I'm talking whatever arises in the mind and body. Okay? So you notice, okay, you feel some places itchy. So what should you do? We are not practicing anapana. Today I'm talking about mindfulness. So what should you do? A way of itchiness without pushing it away, without feeling anger towards it, or without liking it. Unbiased, without judgment. The best word is without judgment. And also without thinking it's mine. Okay? See the itchiness as itchiness only, not my itchiness. Okay? It's just the sankhara. Huh? So see itchiness as itchiness. Just look at it without judgmental, without liking, without disliking, and see what happens. This is the beauty of yogi who practice mindfulness. Then you will discover more and more. The true Dhamma will reveal itself more and more. Okay? This is the reason why I want to ask. My teaching, I don't go and talk, and no, do not know whether you get it or not. My teaching is I ask, then I question. See whether you can answer or not. If you can answer, then I understand, you understand. If you cannot answer, then I understand, you do not understand. Then I will repeat again and again until you understand. Once you understand, you will not forget. But if you do not understand, you forget all the time. Because you do not understand. Okay? I'm talking like Zen. Okay. Next one. Mindfulness has the attitude of being neutral and unbiased, which imply allowance and acceptance. Also imply the equanimity, like what you say one. When you have mindfulness, your mind, you have the attitude of being neutral or equanimous, because you do not like it or you do not dislike. So your mind is at the attitude of neutral or equanimous. So sometimes you check your mind. If your mind is very agitated and you do not know, and you know you have no mindfulness. So it also implies allowance. You allow whatever that happens in you, whether it's good or bad, you allow it. For example, you have fear arises in you. You don't say, oh, fear is no good, why I'm fearful again, or you react to the fear, become whole body shivering. This is called reacting to the fear, because you're not mindful. So when fear arises, what should you do? What should you do? Louder. Yeah, acknowledge fear has arisen. Look at it. You acknowledge it first, aware of it first. Then you look at the fear. See what happened to the fear. But if you react to it, sure your body shivering. Shiver, then you start to imagine, oh, the ghost coming to me. Oh, the danger coming to me. The more you think of me, the worse the fear. The fear becomes stronger and stronger until you become shivering. Therefore, this mindfulness is without bringing in I, without involve I, me inside your observance. Okay? Then mindfulness slow down the habitual impulse reaction. Thus protect the mind from performing unwholesome deeds. For example, when I get very angry, or when we get angry, if I don't have mindfulness, then I start to scold people, right? Well, all of us experience it. So I get very angry, even let's say to my children or to my student or to my employee. So if I'm not mindful of my anger, so I react to it. Then I start to scold them. To the extent, throw the plates, throw the whatever things you have, you just throw. This is called without mindfulness, because you react to it already. Anytime you react to it, means you lose mindfulness. So mindfulness slows down the habitual impulse reaction. Your react to it is called impulse reaction that have been practiced by us for a long, long time. It becomes the habitual reaction already. Okay. So now we try to apply mindfulness to slow down our reaction. How? For example, I get very angry. Huh? If I don't have mindfulness, I start to scold people. Then second time, oh, I know. When I'm angry, I know I'm angry, so I try to aware, look at my anger silently, maybe for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. At that time, I cannot react. I cannot react because I'm observing my anger. So my body cannot react, my verbal cannot scold people, my mouth cannot scold people. Therefore, with mindfulness, it slows down your impulse reaction. You got it or not? Yes or no? Yes, Anybody of you do not get it, put up your hand, I will repeat until you get it. Okay? So if you do not react, then you protect your mind, right? You protect your mind from scolding, from beating, from harsh speech, or from whatever's unwholesome action. Therefore, Buddha said, Sati, mindfulness, protect the mind. Mindfulness, guard the mind. Buddha said it very often. So in this sense, mindfulness can be compared with the brake system in the car. Suppose you drive a car, inside the car no brake one. Then when you meet with a green light in the traffic, you meet with green light, not green light. Stop light is what light? I'm not a driver, so I don't know. So you meet with the red light. However, your car has no brake system. How to stop? Then accident, no, right? You cannot stop your car, so you go straight. Then sure you meet with other people, you crash with other people's car. Then the accident happen. So when accident happen, you hurt both sides, right? The car hit by you also get hurt. You yourself also get hurt. Therefore, without mindfulness, to protect the mind, to guard the mind, then we will perform unwholesome bodily and verbally action. Just like a car, you're driving a car without brake system. But if you drive a car with brake system, this brake system is like mindfulness. So when you see the red light, you step on that brake system, you step on it, then the car slow down. When car slow down, and stop, then you don't encounter any accident. So you are safe. The other party also safe. This is how mindfulness protect your mind. Clear or not? Okay. Okay, now we come to the end. Mindfulness exercise today. Establishment mindfulness in body, feeling, mind, and the Dhamma. As I said just now, we can build our mindfulness on 4 things. Number 1 is on your bodily movement. Second, on your feelings. Feeling got 3 types of feeling, right? Neutral feelings, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. We also can build our mind or establish our mindfulness on various mental states: anger, jealousy, fear, sorrow, restlessness, slow and torpor, and so on. And also, we can build our mindfulness on Dhamma. 5 hindrances included in the Dhamma. Okay. So now, mindfulness in breathing. Later I will give some short 10 minutes guided meditation on mindfulness of breathing. So if you are aware of in-breath and out-breath, it's also called mindfulness. But this type of mindfulness is called mindfulness of breathing only. Second one, mindfulness of bodily sensation. Okay, when you are in a sitting posture, then heat comes. You feel very hot. This is called fire element. So you're mindful of fire element. Huh? And sometimes you feel pulsation or vibration in your body. This is called wind element. So you're aware of that pulsation or vibration in the body. Or sometimes you may feel very stiff, the body very stiff. This is called earth element. Or you feel very hard, stiff and hard. Then you should be aware of that. If you are not aware, then you have no mindfulness of that bodily sensation. Okay. Then sometimes you feel that you are sweating. Like now, somebody may feel sweating. This is called water element. So you're aware of the water element. When you sweat a lot, you don't complain. Mindfulness has no complaint one. Mindfulness is very unbiased one. So sweating, sweating, no? You don't say, I hate sweating. Why weather so hot? All these are called judgmental, are called complaint. Then at that moment, you lose mindfulness. So you must understand the meaning of mindfulness. Okay? But if you know you lose your mindfulness, you can rebuild again, no problem. Rebuild your mindfulness again. Then mindfulness of emotions. During retreat, sometimes emotion may occur. Especially the emotion you have buried so long. It happened in the past, some emotion, you bury it. You try to push it and keep it in your heart. And during retreat, it may come out. And this emotion can be very strong. So you should be mindful of it. Look at it. If you cannot disappear, you mentally note impermanent. Next one, mindfulness of various thoughts. Whatever thoughts arise, you should be mindful of it. If you do not mindful of your thought, what happened? What will happen? What will happen? Start creating story. So if you start to create story and you may react to that story. So some people may stay there laughing because he already gets stuck in that storytelling already. He forget he's meditating already. So if you are not aware of your various thoughts, you carry away by your thought. And your body and your sensation, your feeling and your mind also follow that thoughts. And you forget you are meditating. They call story creating. Usually, if you are aware of your thoughts, so let's say there's one thought arises in me, the moment I know it, it surely disappears one. The next one, mindfulness of walking. Sorry, it's a wrong spelling. Walking meditation. So when you do walking, you're mindful of your step. Lifting, pushing, dropping. Or you lifting, dropping also can. Lifting, pushing, dropping. Lifting, pushing, dropping. Then standing, come to standing, you're just aware of your standing posture. Today we learn only mindfulness of bodily activity. Tomorrow, I will teach you how to be aware of 4 elements while standing, while walking. I try to go step by step. Previously, I teach, from the first day, I teach very advanced already. Then finally, I know I'm wrong. So today, we start as kindergarten first. Tomorrow, we will go little bit, deep by deep, until the last day. Then we'll go deeper. Okay? If you can follow. So today we only lifting, pushing, dropping, lifting, pushing, dropping. Standing is just aware of your standing posture enough. And I guarantee, I'm sure you will miss a lot of, your mindfulness will lapse here and there. Unless you slow down. Slow down like a patient, like a weak person, then you can catch maybe 60% of mindfulness. Otherwise, your mindfulness will lapse here and there. I practiced mindfulness for 6 years intensively. And we slow down to every minute detail until I take shower. I take 1 hour to shower myself. 1 hour. Stretching the hands slowly, stretching, opening the what? The how to call the one? Opening the one, slowly. Then water touch your body. Oh, cold, not cold, hot, not hot. Every minute detail until 1 hour. After 1 hour, I'm very tired. The mind is so busy. Eating also. I take 1 hour for taking my lunchtime and breakfast. I practiced like that for almost 6 years until I completely exhausted. Until I completely exhausted, then I got 2 ways to go. Go and learn samatha. Move to other center to go and learn samatha or disrobe. No more energy already. All exhausted already. And then finally, I don't want to disrobe. So I go out and learn samatha. So I know how difficult it is to be mindful all the time. The mind is very, sometimes, in the beginning it's very tired. Without samatha, it's very tired. Therefore, if you want to make progress, effort. This is my effort. Therefore, when I practice this 6 years intensively, even my teacher salute to me. My teacher salute to me. I sleep only 4 hours. For 3 years, continuously, I sleep only 4 hours. I never sleep during lunchtime. After lunch, I never sleep. I get up at 2 o'clock, sleep at 10 o'clock. For 3 years, continuously. This is my effort. This is why during all yogi, when I practice with all yogis, I gain a lot of respect from other people. People emulate me, respect me because they respect my practice. Even my teacher respect me very much. Okay, this is my practice. So you want to gain Dhamma, you need effort, persistent effort to be mindful. Mindfulness cannot come automatically. You need persistent effort to be mindful from moment to moment. Only you can build up mindfulness. Okay, the last one, walking meditation. Then the last one is mindfulness of body activity in daily life scenarios. You go to the toilet, just like I share, urinating, defecating, brushing your teeth. Those usually we are very unmindful when we come to those repetitive chores. For example, brushing teeth every day. One day I have to brush 2 times. Already 40 years, 50 years already. So when we brush, sure with restless mind. Because without pay attention, you also know how to brush teeth already. So you wouldn't pay attention to brushing teeth. If you don't trust me, go back. Tonight, you brush teeth, you check your mind. Whether you're mindful like brushing here, or not, you're mindful or not, or you let your mind wander here and there. You check yourself. How can you be mindful? How can you 100% be mindful? I can let you be 100% mindful if I put a basket of oil on top of your head. Then you walk in the creek on a hot oil, a basket of hot oil. Then you walk at the narrow road. At that time, you will be 100% mindful. Otherwise, you cannot. Even you want to be mindful, few steps the mind goes somewhere else. So you need to apply effort to pull your mind back, living at the present moment. Then after a few steps, the mind goes somewhere else. Unless you carry the hot pot of hot oil because you're afraid the oil split and burn you. Only then you can be very, very mindful. Otherwise, very difficult one. Okay? So try to be mindful in your daily life chores. If you can be mindful in this 6 days retreat, if you can be mindful in your daily life chores, you can be mindful when you go back home. If during the intensive retreat like what we are doing now, you still cannot be mindful of your daily chores and you think of going back to be mindful, not possible. Because here we have all the conducive environment, conducive factor for you to practice mindfulness, and yet you are not mindful, then you can't expect to be mindful when you go back home. Or you can't expect to be mindful in your daily life when you live the intensive retreat. At least now, and you walk very slow, like patient, nobody will tell you anything. When you go back home, you walk like that, people find fault in you. Okay, so this I think it's the last slide, right? Okay, so this is the mindfulness of your bodily activity today. I hope I have shared enough for your understanding and for your practice for today. If you don't understand, you can pose any question now.
Okay, I understand your reasoning and sharing this now. But I just want some questions to ask you. Let's say we are mindful of some sort of a feeling that I'm now feeling, I see myself now feeling, I see the anger in front of me now, it's pleasure. So, how do I react to it? Okay, how do I see it rising and feeling? Is there a thing you need to do to
Seeing rightly and what?
the anger? Okay, so I see the anger in front of me, I look at it, so I just stare at it mentally and let it slowly go away, or I want to say something or do something to let it go away.
Okay, good. Okay, usually, before today, I usually teach my student, like anger, anger arises in me, in front of me, I feel I'm angry. Usually, I teach my student to note impermanent. But I think this is one step advanced already. And I recollect my past experience. When I see fast arising and passing away, at the time, I didn't note impermanent. I just look face to face with the anger, or face to face with my unpleasant feeling, without saying anything. So there are two ways, okay? I will recommend you to use the first way first. If it does not disappear, you only apply second option. Okay, first option, you just face to face with it. Face to face means, it doesn't mean you open your eye and face to face, to make things clear. Mentally, because anger you cannot see one, no physical. So you feel the anger. You aware of the anger. You take anger as the object of your observation. Okay, silently, without saying anything. Just aware of the anger. Aware, knowing, no, aware, no, without react, without push it away. But after some time, you still feel very angry because mindfulness weak. Mindfulness not strong. You cannot see its disappearance. Then you should apply second method. Second method is called Uniso Manasikara, wise attention. So you take the anger, anger is object now, you're still very angry. So mentally you say, gone, gone, gone. What gone? What gone? Anger, yes. But you don't need to say out anger because you know you are angry. You say gone. Or if you cannot, you say anger gone. Or gone, gone or impermanent, or vanishing, all same meaning one. Now, whatever words you want to use, but meaning is impermanent. So you say gone, gone. Then see again, then silent again. Check the anger, whether it's still there or already gone. So there are two options. Let me repeat now. I'm afraid you can. I start to understand that you cannot get all in once. So first, silently observe without judgment. If it's still there, anger still there, still persisting long, then you apply second way, that is Yoniso Manasikara, wise attention by mentally say gone, or vanishing, maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. When you say like that, you slow down your reaction also. Whether it's really gone or not gone, let's put aside. But when you say gone, vanishing, you slow down your habitual reaction. You slow down your impulsive reaction, so that you will not perform karma. You will not perform bad karma already. That is already very beneficial already. Then with your wise attention, you may really see it has gone. It gone already. Okay? The rest got it or not? Who do not got it? Okay? Okay. No. Gone is not a new object. It's a contemplation. The anger still, the object is still same. What's the object? Anger. Yeah, the object is still same. But you try to see the anger gone. This is called tuning the mind with reality, or called harmonizing your mind with reality. Reality is impermanent. So you harmonize impermanent with impermanent. Then only then the anger can go away.
So, I want to ask, is anger then, because it's no good unpleasant, so we want it to be gone. How about the happy feelings? Sometimes when you create a lot of stories, you feel happy. Is it even to call it like gone?
Yes, correct, of course. Otherwise you get attached to the happiness. Yes, you say since the story is self-created story, self-created story is not useful.
So is it meaning that whatever feeling can be alive, first we face it, aware it, then let's say the thought is still there, whether it's present or not present, we still contemplate it to be gone, so that we have in the equanimity.
Correct. Because if the object is pleasant, we will attach to it, right? And attachment is defilement. Attachment itself is defilement. As a vipassana, we want to cut, destroy, or uproot our defilements. So, pleasant object give rise to craving. Okay? Unpleasant object give rise to anger. Therefore, craving and anger are also bad things. If you do not contemplate gone, then we attach to that pleasant things. That's another hindrance for us. This is the reason why, some of my students who got very good concentration, I have one student, he practiced jhana and achieved jhana already. I said enough. Second jhana enough. Please go to vipassana because you already 62 years old already. For you to attend jhana, even first jhana enough. You should move to vipassana and try to see anicca, dukkha, anatta. He said no, jhana is so pleasant. He said jhana is so pleasant. I will stay so happily in the jhana. He doesn't want to move on to see impermanent. That's why pleasant thing can cause craving, attachment. They block you progress further. Understand? Okay. Just now, another one? Okay.
So, I do cycling every day at home, like 45 minutes, and I try to practice mindfulness when I'm cycling. So, I start to focus on my breathing, my leg muscle, my foot and my leg muscle, but I find it very difficult.
No, you should not concentrate on your breathing. I think quite dangerous also.
Yeah, the car from the back.
So you should mindful of your cycling as well.
Just focus in front.
No, just focus your movement because your leg need to move So you focus or you look straight look straight also mindful one. Right? Just now we say you look away, look sideways, look straight, you need mindfulness. So you just look straight also mindfulness. Or you focus on your cycling. When I was in New York, there's one reporter interviewed me. Then he told me his experience. He said that he also go jogging every morning. So one day he joined, don't know what, mini marathon or what, or long marathon. So he jog. He's just mindful of his jogging movement until he completely forget the self. Until he completely lose the perception of self. There's nobody, no one, just the movement of body. There's no self. Wow, I say good, very good. You can reach that stage also if you are mindful of your movement without thoughts. But you should not.
Not the breathing.
Not the breathing. Okay. Maybe enough for today.